This tablet is needed by every automotive DIYer. And in this video, we're going to give it a look and test it with my Mini Cooper and my Porsche, as I have a number of tasks I need to do with those cars, and we can see how this scanner stacks up in the real world. My name is Ethan, and welcome to Car Creations. So on this channel, we have looked at a number of OBD2 readers, from apps to full software applications that you can install on your computer that come right from the manufacturer, but there are pros and cons for every single one of them. The apps don't always code your car properly and can cause issues when bringing the car in to get serviced, or can even mess up some of your car's computers. If you want to go the route of getting the full proper software from your manufacturer, you can run into thousands of dollars to get manufacturer-specific computer, as well as the software, which you have to renew every year. So ECS Tuning sent us the Foxwell multi-system tablet scanner to take a look at and to test with all of our cars to see if it could be the solution for us.
All right, step in the car.
We've had some issues getting this car on off the lift because we have to use it for other videos sometimes. And the problem with that is that sometimes the car won't start because the battery is completely dead, and in order to start it, we have to use basically 2 battery tenders in order to get it going. Not ideal. 1 for the car and 2 for the battery tenders, and one of my battery tenders is now dead thanks to that. So in order to solve this, we just bought a new battery, and when you buy a new battery you have to code it, and that is where this Foxwell scanner from ECS Tuning is going to come in handy. So when you put a new battery into a lot of modern cars, especially performance cars, you have to code the battery for the car. So we're going to do that as soon as we install the battery, which should be pretty simple. We already took the old one out right here. It was a bit of a pain to get in there, and we have the new battery right here. All you have to do is try to put it in here, and it weighs a ton, so good luck on me, eh?
So when looking at a scanner, I want it to be able to do some basic coding, I want it to do diagnostics, and I want it to do it in a way that won't cause issues if I have to take it in for service. While it's nice to do most of the servicing yourself, sometimes you have to take the car in for service, and we don't want coding on the car to mess up with anything that they're going to do.
Battery's in, so let's see if it'll start, and then we can code the battery to the car. Turn her on. Yeah, starts right up. All right, now we have to code the car to the battery.
So right off the bat, we have the scanner as well as the little OBD2 reader. Both of these can be charged using USB-C, which is super helpful. So the scanner itself is in this rugged 2-handle form factor, and the tablet is on the front. You just press this little orange button to turn it on. It just runs Android, so it's super simple. It takes a second to boot up. And then you go to your car and you plug in the OBD2 reader into port on your car.
And with this scanner, I downloaded the Porsche software, which is super helpful.
My system came preloaded with the BMW software. So that includes software for my Mini, or if I had a Rolls Royce. Coming soon. Just kidding. I have to go to shopping, find the Porsche software, and download that. And each software is specifically made for that car. And so because this did not come with the software pre-installed, I had to buy it from the store, and it's super easy to do. You just connect your device to Wi-Fi, sign into PayPal, pay for it, and then download it. And all in all, it's under $100. A lot cheaper than paying a couple $1,000s for a computer specific for the manufacturer, as well as their specific dongle, as well as their specific diagnostic software. So I got that installed, and I can get the battery coded. So once you're in, we have diagnostics, we can update it, we can manage our data, we have settings, we can remote control in case we're having issues. We can get a tech to remote into our diagnostics and then into our computer through that. So now I want to try it on my Porsche. We go and pair the information from the battery to the information from the car in the reader.
All right, so I entered the battery information. If you use a different battery other than a Porsche battery, it's gonna be fine, but just put all zeros under the serial number and the Porsche part number. So it's 15 zeros for the serial number and 11 zeros for the Porsche part number. Once you have all that in, press execute, and then we should be good. And so while we're out here, I'm just gonna do a quick scan, see all the issues that we have on the car. Maybe we can get some of the error codes that we see all over the screen coded out. So just going through and clearing everything. Some that's still gonna be faults, but those are just little things that we get to fix.
And we're done. It works just fine, and we don't get any errors on the dash. To my surprise, check engine light is gone, airbag lights are gone. All we have left are the fixed headlight lights, which we currently don't have headlights, so that would explain them.
Alright, so let's take a look in the Mini. Okay, just plugging her in. The Mini and BMW software is what came preloaded on this Foxwell reader, and it was specifically meant for that, for when I got it, but I ended up loading the Porsche software onto it later because I got a Porsche. You probably remember a few months ago that I installed the GP3 JCW brakes onto this car. When we did the fluid flush, what we did is manually press the brakes in order to flush the car. With this reader, you actually don't have to do that. It has its own built-in feature that will talk to the car's computer and will do the flush using the car. So first of all, I'm just gonna log into the app. So we're just gonna hit Mini. I'm going to read my VIN right here. Double check this to make sure it's your car. Yes, I have an F55. And there we go. Here's all the things that it can do. So we're just going to special functions. Then we're just going to go to number 3, which says brake bleed, and then brake bleeding routine. So if there's any issues with the brakes, we can go through here and we can just go through and bleed everything. All right, so what we want to do is do the battery. So here again, we have number 2. And it's the battery, and then all you have to do is hit register battery exchange. Process for that is going to be exactly the same as the Porsche, but what I wanted to do is go and evaluate the battery state of charge, because I don't know if I necessarily need to change my battery, and I can go here and just see how it's faring. And when you press OK, the very last screen tells you what it thinks of the battery, and the battery is okay. So we're all set. So the other thing you can do is diagnostics. So we're just going to go into that and just do a quick scan, and it's going to scan all the computers in here to see what kind of error codes or anything that we're dealing with. And I already know of some issues that the car has, not big ones, but just things that need to work on. So we're going to see if it brings them up. We're also going to see if there's any surprises. So it's found issues with the body domain controller, electronic transmission control, dynamic stability control, integrated automatic heating, air conditioning. Let's check the dynamic stability control. So it says that the brake pad wear sensor on the front axle is somehow broken, which we just replaced the sensor, so maybe somehow it got snapped. So we'll have to take a look at that. I wonder if I can reset it though. Usually you can't reset it. This will tell us for sure with the code whether the code is coming from the sensor being worn or snapped. There you go, code's cleared, and it came right back. So yeah, that is a fault that's persisting, so I bet the sensor has somewhat failed. Other than that, the car looks pretty healthy. There's nothing seriously wrong. There's the brake wear sensor, and disconnect this, and we're done.
So I was super impressed. If you had a Nissan, a Chevy, Ferrari, you can go into the store here and download the exact software for that group's cars. I can go to my friend's Volkswagen Golf GTI, and we could figure out where exact misfire is coming from. I'm super happy with this Foxwell scanner. I have dropped it, tested it on the road, tested it on a number of different cars. This can do everything you need it to do as far as maintenance. You really don't have to get another device for any other car that you add to your garage. And we'll include a link to get this if you want to get it down below. But let us know what you think. Do you think you would go for the app? Do you think you would go for the Foxwell scanner? Or do you think you would try to track down the computer as well as the official OEM software and do it that way? If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. We'd love to answer them. And most of all, we hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and we'll see you all in the next one.